Hey guys, so happy Memorial Day. First off, today is Memorial Day. I am recording a video on today at the time of Memorial celebration. So if y'all are unfamiliar, which y'all should not be, but Memorial Day is basically where we're celebrating those who have served our country and have passed away. So we are remembering those. I have some in my family. I have friends that have those in their family that served and passed away, and so I want to just say, you know, of course, thanks for all those that have served, but most importantly, those that have served and passed away as well. So we are remembering them. So I hope y'all are enjoying your day. Hope y'all are gathered by friends, family, or just relaxing. And right now, I'm actually doing a condition on my hair. I just put the boys down for a nap, and so I said what better time than to do a video. So I will be uploading this today, recording and uploading today. Y'all pray for me, and trying to do something with my head. I am off today. Moving past all of that, I can definitely say that I am enjoying the day off with the boys, and just gonna lounge around, do my hair, clean up, all that good stuff, pig out. But anyway, moving fast forward, let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. As you can see, let's talk breast. Plain and simple, let's talk breast. The reason for this video is because the other day I just noticed that ever since I had the boys, when that time of month came around, my breasts were not sore. So I said, you know what, that's kind of strange. So I started thinking back over the course of pregnancy about how breasts, or my breasts, have changed, and just kind of get y'all's input and seeing, you know, what's normal, what's not normal, you know, what have y'all experienced. So leave the room, it's TMI, you know. So basically, anybody that want to talk about breasts, leave the room right now. So that's all this video is going to be about, pretty much, is breast. Yeah, so I see nobody left yet. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, so, and I'm doing this video here so that way I can monitor the comments and stuff, instead of having it live feed. That way I don't have to answer crazy questions, if that makes sense, because there may be people that just pop in and just ask weird questions, or be very immature, or you know, take this video out of content. So I'm trying to weed out the people that will not take this video serious, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm doing this video versus a live video. Later on I may do a live video, but this one here, that way I can monitor the comments. So I spent 4 minutes talking about Memorial Day, talking about what the topic's gonna be about, and talking about leave the scene right now before we get started. So let's go ahead and get into this. So I'm gonna go all the way back to before my girls. So when I, you know, first started my cycle, you know, as a young lady, moving forward all the way up until my surgery, up until I'll say 2014, one of my last surgeries, quote unquote, that removed my last tube. Every time I would have my cycle, probably the week or two before, when I was ovulating as well, my breast would hurt so much during ovulation. Then when my period came, my breast would hurt the whole period minus the last like 2 days or so. And so it would be very painful to the touch. I couldn't lay on them. I would have to wear the sports bra or a real padded bra or something of that nature, and just they were just very sensitive, very, very sensitive. Once I got pregnant with my girls, I noticed that during that pregnancy, my breasts were not sensitive as they were when I was before, when I wasn't pregnant. So when I was just having a cycle and going about my business, my breast would be very tender. Well, being pregnant with the girls, my breast was not that tender. Like, I didn't have a lot. They were sore here and there, but they were not like, oh my gosh, painful. Not like that. So after I had them, and as y'all know, I did pump for what, 11 days. I pumped milk and so forth. My breasts were like very engorged with milk, very painful, very heavy, and they to me were way larger. And I guess because I was, you know, very you know, engorged with milk and so forth, but they were heavy, they were large, they were very painful, very sore, and not just from the pumping with the nipple part, but it was just the breast itself was painful, and it would hurt. You know, especially when I, you know, had a lot of milk, it would hurt. And so of course after them, I noticed during my cycles my breasts would get like a tad bit sore around the time of my cycles, but not that much. It's like the only time they would get sensitive is when I would be taking like the if I had to take the birth control pill to, you know, to regulate the cycle for them to start my cycle. Like, that was pretty much the only time I feel like that I would have gotten the sore boobs. So moving forward, I got pregnant with little Angel and still didn't have as much sensitivity as I did before pregnancy. Then when I got pregnant with the boys, I would, you know, kind of feel in touch, and I never, the thing is that when I was pregnant, I never had much change in my breasts. The nipple, probably the areola would get darker, and I would get more veins showing through, of course, very veiny. But the breast itself, my breast never increase that much in size, that much, and they weren't painful like some people would say that they had. But so after I had them and I would pump and breastfeed, my breast never engorged with milk, which was so crazy because I thought that I would have the same type of reaction that I had with the girls. The girls, I guess it was my first time, you know, breastfeeding and pumping, and so it was like, okay, wait a minute, you know, and I don't know if that did something, I'm not sure, but I was very engorged with them, very large, very heavy, painful. But then with the boys, I was trying to breastfeed, I was trying to pump as well, and even, you know, they weren't large or engorged, they wasn't painful or heavy. And I noticed that even when I stopped pumping with the girls, when I stopped pumping, my breasts were like hard for like that one day. I didn't have to use cabbage, I didn't have to use any type of like a tight sports bra. I did put on a sports bra probably the day after maybe London had passed, but it wasn't a tight one. And basically I just stood in the shower and I let the hot water just run on them, and it basically, you know, drained, you know, had the milk coming out and stuff, and that was it. Like, I didn't have all of that, oh my gosh, my breasts are painful, that the milk won't go away. No. And what's so crazy is even after the girls, anytime I would like squeeze my breast, milk would still come out. Like, I still even up to the boys, milk would come out. So I never, like, I feel like my milk ducts were still there, like still throbbing. It never completely went away. So with the boys, I never got engorged, like I mentioned. Even after I stopped pumping, after I stopped you know, nursing, I never developed that hard breast like I did with the girls. Like the very hard, like basically so hard to it's like about to jump out your shirt and like Hulk Hogan. I never had that either with the boys. So I had it with the girls but didn't have it with the boys. Also, I noticed that I didn't leak a lot with the boys, whereas I leaked a lot with the girls. With the girls, I leaked. Like, I leaked so much I had to put padding sometimes in there. My shirt would be all wet from leaking. With the boys, I never leaked but maybe one time. And like I said, after the fact, when I stopped nursing and stopped pumping, I never had to sit in the shower and let it drain. I never had to wear a tight sports bra. My breasts pretty much went back to normal. And the thing is that when I say normal, I mean like not needing to pump type deal. The thing is that I never said, oh my gosh, I have to pump, I have to pump. Like I would leak a little bit, but my breast never got hard with the boys. Like it never got so hard where I had to, like it was just squirting out like it did with the girls. With the girls, I was squirting everywhere. Like it was just with the boys, I didn't do that. With the boys, I probably leaked a little bit, maybe once, like I said, but never just like I remember with the girls, I would just press, and when I just barely pressed on it, it would go and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like literally spray out. So with the boys, it was different, you know. So anyway, moving forward past the boys, and after, like I said, pumping and breastfeeding, nursing, when I went back to my cycles coming, I think my cycles came probably about what, 3 to 4 months after. Yeah, 3 to 4 months after pregnancy, I believe that's when it came. Was it 3 months? I believe. So anyway, after that, to this day, my cycles have been normal. My breasts have been normal. My breasts, and when I say normal, I guess normal as in not hurting or anything like that. I do not have any kind of pain at all when my cycle comes. It's not sore, it's not painful, it's not sensitive, and I feel like in a sense I've lost a little bit of sensitivity to my nipples, to be honest with you. Like back in the day, I think I used to be very sensitive, but now I'm not sensitive at all. A lot of times I don't even know if I have on like a dress or something and one, you know, areola is like out the dress or something, like I'm just laying a certain way and it's out, I don't feel that it's out. I have to be like, oh goodness, it's out, and you know, like that. Like the sensitivity has like lessened, if that makes sense. So I don't have the pain, don't have the sensitivity like I used to have anymore. They don't increase around the time of my cycle as well. Back in the day, pre-pregnancy, my breasts used to get a little bit larger and fuller when it was time for my cycles as well. So it would have the pain, it would get larger, it would get more fuller. Now I don't have the fullness. They don't change, they don't do anything, to be honest with you. They don't get heavier, they don't be fuller, they don't do anything now. So I don't have the sensitivity as well either. So I'm just wondering if that's just me, or if there's other ladies out there that has that. You know, let me know, is that normal? You know, does your breast change with each pregnancy? Does your breast change just with age? You know, and I'm thinking like, you know, I'm almost how old am I? I'll be 35 this year. I'll be 35, and so I'm wondering, is it age? Maybe age, come with age, you know, maybe breast changes, and maybe I'm less, maybe it's less, you know, I don't know, maybe the symptoms are less because I'm getting older, or what. Like I don't know how that goes, you know. So if you are, if you've experienced changes in your breast due to each pregnancy and it has changed, let me know. If it's the same, do you produce more milk with each pregnancy, less milk with each pregnancy? Is that maybe the cause of it? To this day, if I do squeeze my breasts, I still will get, I say milk. You know, I don't think it's colostrum because it's definitely white. I mean, yeah, all white. It's not translucent, it's pure white. So even though my breasts are not full, they don't feel heavy, I still can, like if I feel like if I started pumping again, I would literally start producing milk right away. I feel like I've never had a problem with producing milk. I feel like with the girls, I produce milk right away. With the boys, it did take some work to get, you know, some up. So is it different per pregnancy? Is it, does your boobs change after each pregnancy differently, or are y'all's the same after each pregnancy? You know, is it more sensitive, less sensitive, you know? And like I've seen so many women, I feel like they gain mass in their breasts after each pregnancy, whereas mine, I feel like they go back to their normal size. Like, oh, we're back, sorry, you couldn't keep that. You know, like I said, it's just weird how, I don't know. And like I said, the only reason why I noticed is because the other day I had like a sharp pain, not a sharp pain, but like a little something, I don't know, like it was just like a little something I felt like in my breast or whatever. I was just like, not something, but I don't know, it's like not really a pain, but it was just a weird feeling, I guess, in my breast or whatever. And I kind of just touched it, and then I just thought about it. I was like, you know what? No, I remember used to doing it, like touching the side. I remember used to doing it like, oh my gosh, it's sensitive right there, like really, really sore. And I don't know if it was just because the ducts maybe were clogged at one time, and maybe that's what made it sensitive. But I was sensitive even before pregnancies. Like even before pregnancies, my breast used to be like really sore and used to be painful to even sleep on before I even became pregnant with any babies. And so I'm just wondering if that's normal, if that's just me, or what. So I'm coming to y'all, asking y'all for your expertise on that. And I appreciate all you know, answers in all situations, because every woman is different. Is it with age? Does any woman change with age, and maybe it wasn't due to pregnancy, you know, or was it due to pregnancy, or was it due to having multiple pregnancies, or was it due to, if you're IVF, you know, if you maybe medication has changed and altered the way your breast, you know, feel or whatever, you know, let me know. So this video, of course, is very short, but I needed to get that video out. Like, it's been on my mind for like the past like week and a half, and I'm like, you know what, I have to get this video out, because I don't know, I don't feel like I'm weird or anything. I just feel like it has changed, you know. And has it changed permanently, or is it something I need to be looking out for, maybe if I, you know, do become pregnant again, you know, or is it due to maybe genetically, you know, like maybe because it was females, all of that estrogen, you know, maybe that's what caused more milk, because I had 2 girls in me, and maybe because of the boys' testosterone, you know, maybe it wasn't as much milk. I don't know, like I'm just a little confused. So anyway, help me out on that. So anyway, I do want to say congratulations to all of those that have BFPs, those of you that had just recently had just recently had babies, those that are starting their cycle. I have a good friend of mine, she actually comes on all the time on the videos, and she is starting her first IVF round. So I want to say congratulations in advance to you. And she's already been texting me, asking me questions and giving me updates. Like I said, congratulations to all of y'all that's beginning your cycles, that are in your cycle, getting ready to start your journeys. Those that just had babies, those that basically just found out what the sex or gender of their baby is. So congratulations. Those that are almost there, congratulations. For those that have met the 24-week milestone, continue to keep trying, y'all. I do plan on doing another video. I do plan on doing a video of encouragement to keep y'all going, because guess what, you know, the journey's not over. You know, there was a post that was posted on Instagram, and it was basically stating, it was a very, I wish I would have took a picture of it, but basically it was saying, once you get what you've been like praying for and asking for and waiting for, you look back and you say, you know, pretty much it was all worth it. And that's what I want y'all to remember, is that I was once in your shoes. You know, a lot of people look at these videos and be like, oh, she got her babies now, she can't relate. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Just because I reached the finish line doesn't mean I don't remember the journey. Just because I made it to the finish line running the track, don't mean I forgot how the run was. So that's what I want to do a video about too, because I feel like we as women, I've done it myself, we as women, we are so ready to reach the end, so when we see somebody else with their prize, we get discouraged or upset, or don't want to watch their vlogs, or, you know, don't want to watch YouTube. And I feel like a lot of times these videos can be so beneficial to people that are going through things. You never know what somebody may mention, and I had to teach myself that. Nobody had to do that for me, but nobody had to do it for me, but I had to teach myself that no matter where I was in my journey, to number one, be happy for the next person in their journey. Number two, watch their journey, because sometimes they say stuff and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I watched this video. You just never know. And So I will be doing an encouragement video, and like I said, don't count out the women that have reached their journey, almost have reached their journey, in their journey, 1 step ahead of you, 3 steps ahead of you, because you never know when your journey can turn into their journey. You know, you never know when their prize will turn into your prize. Everybody's chapter is different. Everybody's reading the same book. However, everybody has different chapters. Your title is the same as my title. Your conclusion, your ending is going to be the same as my ending. However, the journey to get there is going to be different. I may have 9 chapters. You may have 20 chapters. I may have 30. You may have 5 chapters. So wherever you are in your story, in your book, be encouraged at that time. You know, enjoy where you are in the journey, because now I look back and I'm just like, wow, I went through all of that and now I'm here. I never thought I was gonna be here. Never. I still look at this stuff and still be like, I am so shocked. I still sometimes have to go to the bed and look at them and be like, y'all are really here. I sometimes wake up and feel like I'm dreaming still. So don't ever think that I'm taking anything for granted, or think, oh, my journey's done, blah blah blah. No, you know, no. And I'll talk about that too, how the journey's never done, because you worry before you get pregnant. You worry while you're pregnant, wanting to make it to your, the 40 weeks. You worry when the baby get here, making sure they breathing and they alive. You worry and make sure that, you know, they I don't know, you always worrying about something. So the journey never ends. So to y'all that are still in your journey, continue your journey. Do not give up. Just know that I am always here if you need me. You know, the emails are down below. You can always email me. Hit me up on Instagram as well. If I haven't added you, let me know, who you are or whatever, and I'll add you. Remember, Facebook, I've been getting a couple of messages on Facebook, I believe, like requests. Facebook, I'm going to keep just for personal matters only, like personal friends and family. I pretty much post the same thing on my Instagram as I do my Facebooks anyway, but because Facebook has began to be so, I don't know, it's crazy, but I just want to kind of keep that a little bit more personal. So if you have not found me on Instagram, definitely go and look up, and find me, because I have so many people that they write me on Instagram and pretty much talk just like we would on a text message. So I would definitely say reach out to me on there. But I'm gonna go ahead while the boys are asleep, rinse my hair, twist it up so I can be ready for when they wake up for lunch, which would be probably in the next almost hour, possibly. We'll see if I can get that much out of them. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and and I'll talk to y'all later. We had used those. I was like, well, I had I still had a gift card, believe it or not. I still had some gift